Hi everyone, I'm Chester.
I'm Phoenix from Linkin Park.
And this is our On with Mario Lopez Ask Anything chat. Thanks to Mario for having us on. We really appreciate it. Make sure you guys check out our new song Heavy from our forthcoming album One More Light out on May 19th. Let's get to the questions.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Emily from Los Angeles.
First question is actually about
The song
Heavy and about its feature of Kiara. And Emily asks, how'd you guys hook up with Kiara for Heavy?
That's a good question. We actually came up with the idea of having a female feature as we were writing the song with Julia Michaels. And we were in there singing, she'd sing a line or say, what do you guys think of this? And her vibe was so cool and it worked really well within the context of the song that we originally were thinking it'd be great to have her on the song. But she wasn't ready to do that yet. She wanted to be behind the scenes. And so Mike was actually talking to Zane Lowe, who's a good friend of ours. And, we were playing some music for him and just kind of getting his feedback on some things. And Mike had suggested to him that if he could think of any female features, to give us a heads up on that. And he actually had heard Kiara mention Linkin Park in an interview and thought that maybe it would be a good idea to reach out to her. So we did, and we love her material and we love her vibe. She's super cool. And it worked out really well. She came in and just crushed the vocals, and it's been a pleasure working with her. She's a sweetheart and she works hard, has a great voice, and really took the song to another level.
Nicole from Denver asks, are you planning a U.S. tour for this year? Yes. We're always planning tours of some respects with new albums, and we will definitely be playing in the U.S. I know we're going to be doing some dates towards the end of the summer, so that would put us August, September in the U.S. And but we'll be continuing touring at this stage for what feels like forever from here forward, 18-ish months or more. So yes, there will definitely be U.S. tours. Best way to stay up to speed on that is on linkinpark.com. Dovran from Kuala Lumpur.
Dovran?
Yeah.
Dovran. I don't know.
From KL, Kuala Lumpur. Will you guys ever go back and make another album like Hybrid Theory / Meteora? I love all the albums, however, my favorite is Hybrid Theory. You guys rule. Thank you.
Thanks.
Dovran. Hopefully I'm somewhat close with your name. Apologies if not. The easiest answer from me, and then you can speak to that as well, is I have no idea. I really don't.
That's pretty much what I was going to say.
Yeah, I have no clue. And it's because I don't, for me, and you can speak to your process, but for me when we're writing new music, I don't have a goal of it going in a direction or sounding like something from the outset. It's more just what is being created at that moment from us that makes me the most excited. What am I most interested in? And traditionally, as I look back at the span of all of our albums, I feel like the reason why things will change is because I'm always looking for something that sounds new and fresh and different and exciting to my ears.
Yeah.
As soon as if I hear something, like if Mike brings in an idea for a song or Brad brings in a guitar riff, if it triggers in my brain like that sounds like, and then it's one of our older songs, I naturally gravitate away from it. it's not that I dislike it, I'm just not as interested. I feel like I know what that is, I've been there.
Yeah.
And so stuff that comes in that perks my ears, gives me goosebumps, whatever, that's the stuff that I'm gonna gravitate towards musically.
Exactly. I feel the same way, it's like vacationing in the same room, at the same hotel, in the same city every time you vacation. It eventually just becomes something that you do and it's not exciting anymore. And so I like to vacation in a new place every time. And
Yeah.
And that way I'm like experiencing something new, maybe something I wasn't expecting. And and it seems fresh and exciting.
What's interesting about that to me too is that I feel like the exact same way. But some people, like friends of mine or whatever, they like to have their spot that they know, and they will get the same hotel room and they will do the same activities because it's almost like we've perfected this. And I feel like with music too, that happens from musicians and bands. And the natural place to go would be to criticize that, but I feel like that's great. That's fine too if that's.
And that's why we haven't yanked all the old music off the shelves.
But also like, but I would even go as far as to say is like, if you're that music listener or if you're that musician, and that's how you like to do it, then that's like the beauty of a creative endeavor or of a process is you get to pick, and that's great for you, and that's your thing.
Yep.
And then maybe for us, we're just on the other side of it, and that's fine and great too. There isn't a good and a bad. It's just different ways of approaching it.
Exactly.
Man, that feels really good. I feel like we just solved a vacation problem right there.
We did, man. It was like, whatever you guys want to do is fine.
Now I feel like
Just have fun.
I could ask you, where do you want to go on vacation? You could just be like, wherever you want to go.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter. Somewhere I haven't been yet. All right. Tanya from Kiev, Ukraine asks, what question would you like to answer but no one asks? It's a very philosophical question. I could answer that one, Tanya.
I don't even know.
Yeah,
I've never even contemplated that.
Is there something that you're dying to answer that no one ever asks you?
No. That's never even crossed my mind. That's a great question. That's like a spoke in the wheel.
The easy response to that for me goes to like, how did I get my six-pack so good? Six-pack, like six-pack abs?
Yeah.
But I feel like there's a reason no one asks me that.
It's because you never take your shirt off, Dave.
Well, Mario Lopez hasn't given me all the secrets.
That's right. Well,
until today.
Mario.
Okay.
6 packs.
We are.
We need one.
Yeah. Give me your secrets. Stop holding out.
Yeah. Hook us up.
I'll teach you how to play bass. He might be better at me than bass.
I'll teach you how to hang out with bass players.
Okay. Or teach you that you don't want to.
Yeah, one or the other.
Jason from Santa Maria, how come Phoenix and Rob aren't that social with the fans? I'm going to go back to the previous question of what would you like to answer but no one asks and say it's this. I was unaware that
because they're smart.
I was unaware. Rob, I get, right? Rob has zero social media presence or whatever. I, on the other hand, was unaware that I was not social with the fans.
You're kind of social with the fans.
Right, kind of. Maybe I disappear for a while here and there, but
yeah, you basically you're like, you know what? I'm gonna go jump in the pool really quick, and then I'm gonna get out.
Right.
And then I might not do that again for a year.
Sure.
Yeah. Cannonball, bam, bam.
I look at my social media as if it's there to serve me.
Correct. Yeah.
It's there to entertain me, and for me to be as plugged into that as I want to be. But
genius.
But thank you, Jason from Santa Maria, for the question. That's the one that I didn't realize that I wanted to have asked. Jessica from London. Oh, hi guys. She asks or says, what are your favorite sandwich fillings?
I'd have to say there's a couple. Peanut butter and jelly, probably my favorite sandwich.
Did you ever do peanut butter and jelly and then put chips in with it?
Yeah, peanut butter and jelly with potato chips is pretty crazy.
I was just talking about that yesterday.
Bananas and Nutella.
Okay. Or bananas and marshmallow fluff.
I don't like marshmallow fluff.
Okay. Strike that.
Marshmallow in general, just the word marshmallow just kind of makes me grossed out. But I do like s'mores.
I don't like palm oil.
Me neither.
Take that, Nutella.
Yeah. Well.
It's gotten weird. Isn't there, okay, sandwich fillings, it's kind of a different thing in London too, because in London it'll get to be like a thin layer of egg with mayonnaise or something. That's like a sandwich.
Yeah, or like just cucumbers on bread.
Yeah, cucumbers and like a piece of cheese. Different ideas of sandwiches, but we're with you. Last one. Okay, we got time for one more. Last question comes from Janet from Garden Grove. That's actually pretty close to our little home turf in the LA area here. Orange County love from Janet. Janet asks, what has been your biggest challenge as a band? Have you been able to overcome that challenge? And if so, how? I know, well.
You know, I think that it's really interesting because I think that a lot of the problems that a lot of bands or groups or just relationships they have is being open and being communicative, and that's something that we've always been. We've always just been really respectful for the most part, and been open to communication, and so I think that's what a lot of people find challenging has come pretty naturally for us, and why that is, I don't know. I think that's just inherent to the personalities of each guy in the band, but yeah, I think that when it comes to communication, which tends to be the biggest challenge in any group, whether it's a family or a workplace situation, like we've been able to overcome that pretty well just by being open and respectful to each other's feelings and lives, and trying to work together to find a common solution that works for that where everyone wins. That's pretty much the key. It's the key to any relationship.
I think, yeah, for us, in the way I see it, not to take it too serious, go crazy serious with it, but with the communication thing, I think the thing that we've been able to do, and maybe even stumble on by accident, is just to continue to work at it. And it's always that there's a mindset of it's not gonna be perfect, like you can't get ever to that perfect finish line, but the goal is not for it to be perfect. The goal is to just to continue to work. The same thing like with a relationship. There's a misconception, at least that I had when I was younger, that if you found the right one, then everything was like just settled in and perfect. But at least for me, the reality was that the right one, when it comes to like a wife, was just somebody that I was willing to continue to work.
Yeah.
And the aspect of how much I liked that relationship and how important it was to me made me willing to continue working at it.
Yeah.
Same thing like with us and with our communication, whatever, that there's that notion that everybody puts in a lot of hard work into the band and puts a lot of hard work into the relationships. But there's an aspect that you're okay with the work because you like what you're doing.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on a sillier note, the milk challenge was pretty great. The challenge where you have to drink a gallon of milk in like, what, an hour?
Yeah.
In an hour. We challenged some of our crew members to do that, and you know, the theory is that it can't be done because the body rejects that much lactic acid.
Right.
And so it can't be done.
And then when we all did the cinnamon challenge?
And the cinnamon challenge. We did not overcome the cinnamon challenge. That one defeated everyone. But the milk challenge was actually overcome by Bruce. Bruce drank a full gallon, won $600 because we band member put $100 in. And he said it was the worst thing he'd ever done in his life. It was the worst decision he ever made.
On that note, thanks for all of your great questions. Our new CD, One More Light, not even CD. Why do we say that?
No one buys those anymore.
Our new collection of music, One More Light, is going to be available May 19th. The new single is Heavy. Thank you, Mario, for having us on the show.
And thanks for all the great questions. Awesome, guys.